Episode 9. It doesn't seem like anyone is in charge of anything. I guess I'll just skirt around these mounds of trash that haven't been picked up in 3 weeks. No need to seek the shadows. None of the path lights work down here in the lowest scramble of Jenga anyway. It'll be a low game of limbo to get the bags on my back through this busted front window. Ah! But now in this abandoned store? There we go. I can switch on the torch. At the Acol, the other kids used to play a game, Soul in Lave, stepping on anything but the ground, which they pretended was covered in fire. I always imagined them roasting anyway, slowly cooking as they jumped from cushion to chair. Now I play my own game of Soul in Lave, hopping carefully toward the back door of what was probably some sort of depot a dozen years ago, trying to get there without stepping on a floor coated in, some rancid mixture of spilled oil, dust, and rat crap. I had arranged display stands, tables, and piles of poured sand through the mangled innards of the store. Despite the practice, I still measure every step, calculate every jump. It might as well be lava around me. The feeble hinges of the back door hold for one more opening, my last, and I can finally take a full breath in this slim strip of alley, and I trace the torchlight up the grooves and indentations of the cliff wall, its blue surface now radiating the chill in the air. I throw off the gray sacado and place my new boot into the first foothold. It's nearly 20 meters to the top. The big toe I mentioned before, sticking up at the edge of the lake. I've climbed it almost every night for the last month. I can't make it up with both bags, so tonight I climb it twice. And when I finally crawl up with the second bag and sprawl exhausted, something circles me back to the memory of a discarded bindle of fish. Maybe I was right to leave it behind. All right, that's enough. My breath is caught. Sit up. On this towering outpost overlooking the lake, clearly built as if once upon a time there had been a call to patrol the water for any unfriendly activities. Instead, there hadn't been any activity at all, for long enough that the tower is now like this, draped almost to the point of strangulation with vine. Gods of broken clocks. How long had it been? Look down here, on the north side of the big toe, opposite Jenga. This wicked hill, not quite a precipice, that backs up to the cliff before fading down to the lake's winding edge. Someone had fortified the hill with every sharp thing that could be found. Rusted speeder hoods welded together at ghastly angles, broken glass, razor wire, a post-apocalyptic briar patch that even the craziest Brer Rabbit wouldn't dare jump into. But under the vines on top of this cliff, I found something. A trap door. It took me the fair fight of 10 nights, a whole span, to clear the door and figure out how to open it. The access hatch to the electronic controls had been buried a couple meters away, under 10 centum of dead plant salad. But once I found it, the rest was, as my pop would say, gâteau fâteau. According to him, all Tronics were a maze to trace. All you had to do was find the path, and he had shown me how. The first time I opened the trap door, I was shook by the sight of an almost perfectly round, narrow tunnel, leading down through the granite to the other side of the twisted nightmare hill, ending in a hidden cave right by the lake's edge, with so little clearance between the cave's overhang and the water's surface that I would have to hold my breath to get out. And that had been the hardest part of this whole great escape. What to do once I was in the lake. It's not like I could bring a boat, even if I had one. The bags barely fit down with me, one at a time through the pinched tube, and I leave them with the telescoping adamant tubes and the deflated Sani Matala, which I left in the cave yesterday. And then I spidered my way back to the top. I can't help but walk out to the edge of the toe, standing sentinel one last time above the ragged web of jingle lights to the south and flat plain of the lake stretching to the west. At my back I can feel the first fingers of a purple dawn rising behind Keb. I will just disappear. No cameras, no gate pass, no search team, just poof. A cloud of smoke. A memory.